It's been over 120 days since the mayoral primary in New York City, where Zoran Mamdani won by 12 points in the final count for ranked choice voting. It wasn't close. And he also, I believe, won Hakeem Jeffries' own district by double digits. Chuck Schumer has still refused to endorse Zoran Mamdani. And we can kind of ask questions about why you think that's the case in just a bit. But it varies between being beholden to pro-Israel donors and also just maybe his own anti-Palestinian racism. I can't decide which one, or anti-Muslim racism, I should say.
In a word, Zionism.
Yeah. I can't decide which one takes precedence here, but he was asked again about whether or not he's going to vote for the Democrat. We were told over and over again, vote blue no matter who. And folks like myself, despite being Bernie supporters, have abided by that. There's this fiction that this is what comes from the left when you have the leader of the Democrats in the Senate refusing to get behind the Democratic nominee here in New York City. Here is this weak so-called leader being asked about this yesterday.
Subject?
No, he said Jefferson, Mamdani, you gonna vote for him?
Look, the bottom line is very simple. I have a good relationship with him, and we're continuing to talk.
Wait, keep going. You can hear Manu Raju, who asked the question, say the election is, voting's already started or something, like the election's in less than a week. Here, play.
The vote is on Tuesday. What are you gonna do?
He just walks out. What are you gonna do? Look, we don't need, Zoran doesn't need these guys' endorsement, even the lukewarm Hakeem Jeffries one where he refused to basically even say his name. I will vote for the Democrat in the race.
Even though they disagree on foreign policy?
Right. For
the New York mayor? For
New York mayor. How coded is that? But it's just, there used to be this talk about how unity shows strength within the Democratic Party. And the people that are actively fomenting disunity among at the very top level, because when you see the base, they're united in cut funding to Israel, raise taxes on the rich. There's a radicalizing anger that's happening right now within the liberal base. And people like Chuck Schumer are refusing to embrace that because of Zionism. And it's just unbelievable.
Yeah, no, that was really stark and obvious. I wish he had come out even harder and be like, no, I don't believe in voting. Electoralism is broken. And just walk away.
Right. You should be organizing in your community instead.
Yeah.
We're in one of the darkest points in democracy's history, I would say, since Jim Crow. And in large part, it's because of the two leaders of the Democratic Party, Hakeem Jeffries and Chuck Schumer. Pramila Jayapal, who led the House Progressive Caucus, the Congressional Progressive Caucus, stepped down after the last election because she thought she needed to take accountability for failure. Hakeem Jeffries and Chuck Schumer stayed in their positions and are driving us, are basically collaborating with fascism when you count the original budget continuation, which is when this stand should have been made personally. So I hope that the Republicans crack on this shutdown stuff, but the fact that Schumer and Jeffries are leading it is not a good sign to me.
No. And let's play 9 here just to buttress your point about how this is a collaboration with fascism. The refusal to get behind Zoran in a sign of unity is enabling things like this. Chuck Schumer is endangering his constituents by not showing unity with Zoran Mamdani. Look at what Pritzker is doing with Brandon Johnson in Chicago. Now, they have had a feud. They have not gotten along. But the two of them are standing shoulder to shoulder and basically saying, we are going to stand up against ICE and the fascists trying to terrorize our communities. Now, meanwhile, we have the top 2 Democrats on the federal level in terms of leadership who are from the city that this upstart, energizing Democratic Socialist is potentially going to lead. We'll see, given the race, what happens. Anyone's guess. But the point is that listen to Tom Homan. And if you had a united Democratic front within the state of New York, this would be a lot harder. But they are setting Zoran up to have to stand alone at the very least, maybe with Hochul, hopefully with Hochul, I think so. But not with Schumer and Jeffries, apparently.
And whose side are they on?
Seems like maybe more Homans here.
Mr. Homan, Zoran Mamdani, the likely next mayor of New York City, has promised not to cooperate with you or with ICE or with deportations of any kind. Do you have a plan? Is there a plan to work around that? How are you going to handle it?
Good luck on that, because we're going to be in New York City, and President Trump said it 2 weeks ago. We're going to double down, triple down in sanctuary cities. Why? Not because they're a blue city or a blue state, because we know that's where the problem is. We know they're releasing public safety threats and national security threats to the streets every day because they don't honor our detainers. We know that. We don't have that problem like in Florida, where every sheriff in the state's working with us. So where we're going to send our assets, we're going to send them where the problem is. Sanctuary cities. So I've said it before. We'll flood the zone of sanctuary cities. If they don't let us arrest a bad guy in the county jail, they're going to arrest him in the community. We're going to arrest him at a work site. So we're going to increase community operation. We're going to increase work site enforcement operation. We're going to get the bad guys. So if they don't want to help, get out of the way. We're coming to do it.
You know who's gotten out of the way? Preemptively? Chuck Schumer.
Has to be said about sanctuary city laws for people who don't understand that two things. They are uncontroversially good for public safety. Anybody who doesn't agree with that is a moron. There's a reason things like places like the NYPD and stuff go along with it. It's not because they're bleeding hearts. It's because having communities be able to report crimes or like violations or safety hazards, public safety hazards, is a good thing. And they're an example, and B, they're an example of sane policy regarding non-citizens. That is why they're being attacked, because the Trump administration cannot tolerate sane policy about how which is to say, contrasting with this Gestapo stormtrooper freakout that we're seeing across the country right now, where even people who do have documentation or are born in this country get arrested in front of their kids because they can't remember their social security number off the top of their fucking head.
Yep. The online trash bag, don't let Cory Booker off the hook either. New Jersey Democrats should be standing behind Zoran across the board, but especially in the neighboring state that benefits greatly from proximity to the largest city in the country.
He's busy standing with Africa.
Yeah.
As a guy
but you know what's
who
going
is
to be
focusing so much of my effort on ending human suffering on the planet Earth.
It's also going to be super frustrating, like, because once he does win, and just like they did with Bernie, they start adopting a lot of his rhetoric because it's so overwhelmingly positive. They start like adopting Zoran rhetoric and, you know, mannerisms and fundraising off of his profile, but like never fully like ever reckoning with the fact that they do not support him at all. Same with like AOC, like just never reckoning with the fact that like just don't really actively want her or Bernie around, but because they're so viable politically, they can't help but grift off their names.
Yeah. Well, I think what's interesting is that AOC was featured in that Prop 50 ad in California to get out the word about Prop 50, not Kamala. Like they had Obama, they've Newsom, they had, Padilla and other like prominent California Democrats, but no Kamala. But they included AOC because she has been a fundraising juggernaut for them. That's literally all it is, and like is basically the only Democrat outside of Bernie Sanders on the national level right now who can fundraise like small dollars in that way. It's the same reason that Marjorie Taylor Greene can't fully be excommunicated from the Republican Party, because like she raises a lot of small dollar donations. Although she's very much more in keeping with what the leadership wants. But go ahead, Brandon. Sorry.
Oh yeah, no, that was it.
Yeah. I'm
just surprised you guys aren't focused on ending human suffering all around the world.
All around the world.
And dear God,
I'm trying.
if you want to come
I'm
at
trying.
me that way, you're going to have to take it up with me.
I am trying every morning, Monday through Friday, 9 to 12 p.m. Eastern on the Discourse with Rand
Well done.
YouTube channel.
I gotta
I'm learning
run
from
in
Candace.
like 5 minutes because I am doing the
Okay.
I've had it podcast, and I'm really excited to do that. So I'm gonna read some IMs and we will get out of here, folks. Lavender allergy. Why are the 10 most positive developments in the Democratic Party in the last 20 years? Of those, how many of those happened despite the best efforts of party leadership? Like, yeah, Bernie Sanders, AOC, the Squad, all of that, Zoran, all of that was in opposition to leadership.
People are right in the sort of third party adventurism is stupid. But when people talk about the Democratic Party as one of their key jobs that they view is to basically like counterinsurgency and channel populism into directions, that their donors, the people who pay for the party at the top, are safe with, they're absolutely correct. And that's what happened. American people mobilized. They mobilized against WTO. They mobilized during Occupy. They mobilized against Trump. They mobilized. They're mobilizing right now. The party doesn't want to hear that. It needs to be forced.
Yep. Mikey Love, regarding drunk driving in general, it seems odd for our society overall to expect good judgment from a drunk person. I'm not sure what you mean by that.
We don't allow drunk driving.
That's not really, I see your point, but the more I think real realization should come to, the better realization should come to is that our society punishes drunk driving, but incentivizes it through a lack of public infrastructure, public transportation. There are some places where like bars exist at places you have to drive to, and there's no way to walk or take public transportation back to where you need to go. The only way to do that is to get a taxi, which is expensive. Uber has raised their prices. And so not only that, but we teach people to overestimate their own ability across the board. We condition people materially and intellectually to believe that they should drive drunk, to make it rational in some cases to drive drunk. We can only disincentivize that through like a broad swath of solutions.
Yeah, that's so true. And this, now that I don't have a car anymore and like I'm in the city and I just don't think about it if I'm going out to dinner. Like I don't think about.
That's the thing is all these people freaked out about the subway system. The subway is fucking awesome. You can go get sloshed and take a ride home.
Yes.
And be there in 20 minutes. It's crazy.
It's amazing.
It's awesome. It's fucking why I moved here instead of LA like 15 years ago, because I didn't want to be in a car all the time.
Also, it's safe as can be. That's what really one of the more annoying things for people who don't live in New York City. Listen, my wife takes the kids out on the subway, including the 4-month-old in her stroller. No issues, no concerns. It's that simple. It's always been. I lived here my entire life, born and raised.
The
subway's never been safer.
The average supporter of the right-wing sort of public safety freakout thinks that is basically the same as that guy driving the wrong way down the Florida bridge at 70 miles per hour with his kids in the back.
To be fair, the same way the right wing feel about like public transportation, I feel about driving in their states. I just imagine that if I get into a car in like Texas or Florida, I'm immediately going to get into like a road rage incident or like a drunk driving incident with one of their like reddest hogs behind the wheel. Like no offense to the people driving on there, but like not because I'm drunk or angry, but because like that's just so common there. Like I think it's just ubiquitous.
3 more and then I gotta jump. Molly Gray Jedi, a majority. It's my 1-year subversary and I'm staying in the race. Oh, congrats. I got it.
I'm staying in the race.
Still with her.
Yeah. Michigan
Lock
lefty.
her up.
Lock her up. Watching delayed, but Homan is the Mucinex booger guy, LOL. I gotta give credit to my sister who said, maybe she didn't say that. She compared that guy, what was it, Bill Barr to the Mucinex man, and I think that that's even more apt. He kind
the
of
monster.
the music. Just all right. Pull it up if you can find it.
Tom Homan is like a Captain Planet villain. He speaks and looks like a literal Captain Planet villain. The one I'm thinking of specifically is Hoggish Greedley, but other than that, like, you know, maybe some other form of like warthog turned man. Oh,
That's not even that. His mouth is more turned down in other images, but I mean, I think people get the gist.
Hey folks, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and check out our daily show. We do it every day at 12 p.m. Eastern for about 2.5 hours. We even take phone calls. You should check that out.